right.
Well,
Oh
it's
my
a
God.
good morning, Norm.
It
How you doing,
it
Kark?
is it is a morning norm. I have turned the tables and I have decided to start this morning with water.
Oh, hey. It's it's we're just before halfway through January, so of course, why not kick into some of that drinking water habits, daily. We're supposed to drink a gallon every
Because
day?
that's right. I hear that the water's gonna run out, so you might as well try and get a little taste before it's gone.
Well,
Right.
well,
Um
good morning, Norm.
it
How you doing, Kark?
it is a morning norm. I have turned the tables and I have decided to start this morning with water.
Oh, hey. It's we're just before halfway through January, so of course, why not kick into some of that drinking water habits, daily. We're supposed to drink a gallon every
Because
day?
that's right. I hear that the water's gonna run out, so you might as well try and get a little taste before it's gone.
Well,
You know what I
count
mean?
me in. Count
And
me
it
in.
tastes real good. My water tastes like strawberries, a little bit of rat poison, and some pear, some sparkling pear. That's what my water tastes like.
Ooh, man.
How are you doing this morning? Did you wake up? Have you gotten up already? You doing good?
Oh, I am doing absolutely great. That's right. I'm rocking my second Peloton because, let's be honest, folks. I used the heck out of my first one, and so when they're talking about offering a Black Friday special, Chip Felix is right there on the scene, spending
Well,
way too
I
much money
need to
on myself.
I need to go get one of them Pelotons. I tried to do that yoga thing this morning, but that was real stretchy. I want to
Oh,
get one of them Pelotons.
well, I tell you, it's a great way to spend a lot of money and look yourself in the mirror, and just feel justified. Just justify yourself and how you look. I highly recommend it. How you
That's
doing,
right.
Clark?
You're not a woman, so you can do it. I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I'm just trying to see through my eyeball. I lost my eye patch. Can't find it. So if I cover my eye, it's because something is blurry and I can't see nothing. That's why I started drinking the water. But you know what? My problems are nothing compared to President Trump.
Oh, right.
I tell you something. Vice President Mike Pence has announced that he will not invoke the 25th Amendment to impeach President Trump, despite Democratic pressures. I hear that they tied him up and taped his face up with duct tape. But Pence went on to That's right. Pence went on to plead medical disability, don't having donated his spine to medical science years ago.
Oh
They
boy.
can't find it. They just see Gumby.
Oh boy. God, you thought he was gonna stand up for finally called in the National Guard to get things straightened out in the Capitol, but I think that it's a split party on who should get impeachment, or just let him ride this out for the last 2 weeks.
Right. What do you feel?
Oh yeah, well I think Pence is, he had his 15 minutes last week, and he's spent. He doesn't need much else to secure his legacy if he wants to be well liked by everybody. He made it to vice president. He's king Catholic. And hey, he already proved that he can outrun this fast food laden beast. So. I think he's just gonna sit back and enjoy the retirement funds.
That's right. That's right. But I am not pro Trump, but I'm not mad at Pence, to be honest, for not invoking the 25th Amendment because I mean, what's the point? How many more days do we have? I think it's a waste of time. I think it's a waste of energy and our taxpayers' money, to be frank. Uh, because he's going to be out of there in I don't know how many days.
Right,
But
right, right. Well,
unless
from
unless the
today,
Democrat,
it's at least a week. Um, but
wait,
well, I think you're not alone there, Kark. Because in the face of impeachment charges, Trump has defended his comments to his supporters, and before the Capitol building riot, saying that his comments were analyzed and they were considered totally appropriate. While many of those comments helped incite the violence and vandalism later that day, Trump maintains that he was blameless, uh, as he was miles away sitting and petting a white cat, saying, "Yes, my pretties. Excellent."
oh wow. Well, I mean, really, since when do we listen and believe what Trump says? We know everything he says is fake news, and people will use it and twist it to their advantage, always in their best interest. I mean, are we surprised? It is sad that our country has become a joke in one presidency term, though, so,
I agree. I absolutely agree. It's well, where's this coming from? Trump has been, raised with paranoia. Instilled in his blood. The fear. The fear of the foreigner. So very much like my tats. These colors run deep. So, if you're hoping that there's going to be some magic change, occurring in the next couple of days, and you thought, Grandpa wasn't racist. Well, I'm sorry, but, coming back from the shooting range and just getting the truck washed, he ain't going to wake up and suddenly support trans rights, okay?
right, that's right. I'm still stuck on the colors of your tats.
I
I want to
know.
know
I
what
kind of
color
brushed
your
past that a
tats
little
are.
bit. But, yeah, have just, hey, these colors run deep. That's all I was going to say.
How many colors you got under that shirt, Mr. Chip Felix?
Well, including black, 3.
Oh,
Black
nice,
ink.
nice. Black ink. Well, speaking of black ink, the FBI has issued warnings and memos that state capitals around the nation should prepare for protests leading up to President-elect Biden's inauguration. Intelligence has warned that the protesters love democracy so much they've threatened to violently overthrow the popular vote to protect it.
I don't understand the reasoning behind this. I mean, the Capitol, storming the Capitol already has its stigma, and it's already been done, So I'm sorry. I think we got to take a note from the fashion industry and say, move on and get a new dress, because the stench in the air from the insurrection is still, free in the fog. So I think. I think we better rebrand here. Is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Clark, how are you feeling?
I'm right. I'm right there with you. I mean, I'm just like, whatevs, man. Media schmedia. That's what I think. I think they want to get everyone in every state all riled up, ready and on edge. And, I think most of us didn't even care. Most of us are sitting in our house smoking a joint. And
Well,
like, okay, well, that's interesting.
premium,
Television.
medical grade.
Okay, medical grade. That's right. So yeah, I do believe sometimes the media likes to get in there and just mix it up. Just get us all fear laden. That's all.
Well, it could be fear mongering, it could be propaganda, but certainly I know that some people are very fired up over the cancellation of Parler, the banning of so-called free speech, even though we all enter terms and conditions on all these social media platforms. But it's been quite the controversial time to be online right now. But
That's
I
right.
mean, we all are. What am I saying? This show is online right now, and thank you very much for watching. By the way, and by the way, is my hair at a good angle? Let us know in the
I think
comments.
your hair looks wonderful to me. I'd love to hear what all the other people have to say, but look at that wave. It's like a perfect wave. I could surf it. I could surf on it with my nice longboard and my short board. I could even body surf on that thing and paddleboard on that wave.
Well, we're
It's a
trying. We're trying
perfect
hard.
wave.
Well, folks, I tell you, it's this coronavirus isn't going away anytime soon. So Prime Minister, check this out. Over in the United Kingdom, Prime Minister Boris Johnson puts England back into full lockdown due to the massive increase in COVID-19 patients hospitalized in the United Kingdom. The Prime Minister also states that all schools will move completely online. It appears that the only thing Mr. Johnson doesn't have in full lockdown is his hair.
Well, I
Look,
guess
he's pulling a Trump. He's always pulled a Trump. It's kind of
that's right. They're like twins, right?
rough.
They're like twins. So am I so American that I don't care whether another country, especially England, has gone back into lockdown?
I understand. Hey, I think it's 2020 was a bit of a self-care year where we all had to take an introspective look at our livelihoods and how much we spend every Friday night
That's
at the
right.
casino. I don't know. That's just me. I've lost too
I
much.
wish.
I've lost too much. But I mean, hey, for being a hoax virus, this sure seems to be real inconvenient to other countries as well. So I don't know where everyone's getting their info. But I mean, the UK, they've had our back for the past couple years. All right, hey, a little more than the past couple years. Okay, I think it's fair to say that overpopulation has really screwed us over, and I think that whole 2.5 kids and a white picket fence, I'm starting to think that was a lie, or maybe not that great for 6 feet social distancing.
Oh. Well, let's talk about something different because I am so tired of this. You know what I want to talk about?
What's
I
going
want to talk
What's going on,
about
Clark?
I want to talk about animals. I
Hmm.
just love my dog. I love my dog. I was just snuggling with him just a little while ago. I just passed right on out. But I heard that two gorillas at the San Diego Zoo in California have tested positive for coronavirus. The gorillas are currently quarantined, but are being zoomed in to groom their fellows and throw feces at zoo guests.
I God, I think this is a little bit more than I think I heard. I heard this story too, and I think saw it on NPR, I think first up we just got to ask, where do these gorillas go at night? Okay, we
That's
can sit
right.
here, we can make jokes that maybe they go out on adventures every night in some sort of magic secret life of pets type of routine, some sort of Toy Story esque type of caper where they have to go out and save their buddy from a depressed time at the strip club or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a gorilla. I'm not in captivity. Okay, but I just gotta say, San Diego Zoo. This is yet not another good look on California, where California is a real hotspot for COVID-19. So if you're looking at visiting, maybe don't.
Now, what's that? So that zoo was open. Is that right?
Uh, I I assume so, or I could really prove, hammer down that theory that it is airborne. Uh,
Right,
because they
or
are just kind of out in the open out there, and
it doesn't make any
it could
sense
also
because
been their trainers and their feeders, their caretakers.
that's true. That's what I read. Other animals got it too last year. A tiger, a bunch
Oof.
of minks that were killed that they said could get it. That didn't make any sense. And now the CDC is saying that dogs and cats can get it after telling us that they cannot get it for sure. I remember them telling us there is no way
Oh
that
boy.
dogs or cats can get it, and all of a sudden they're saying that they can get it. Anyone else feel like the CDC is almost like Trump, saying one thing one day and another thing the next? I don't know. I will admit that I think that my dog Jackson got it last year. So they got sick. He was throwing up bile and blood just
Ooh.
out of nowhere. And my thought was that he got it.
Oh boy.
It took a long time for him to recover, but now he's back to normal. And so I guess, ladies and gentlemen, our dogs and cats can get it, apparently, if you believe what the CDC says when they change their minds.
Gosh. Well, I can imagine that's certainly a sad time.
I didn't
I
catch
hope
it from him. Just so you know.
well, I hope I if only we were all scientists and had our own labs and we were only we were all able to verify. If I feel like this pandemic has put us in a lot of woulda, coulda, shouldas. In our lives previous to this quarantine, and we're certainly caused a lot of reflection. I know that myself owning two Ferraris, maybe just a little bit impractical.
Now, why I don't understand why you haven't come to pick me up and take me to the beach in your Ferrari.
Well, Kark, I unfortunately, I think, I think I just am not in your league.
Oh,
I'm
you're
looking at
way
your
above
game.
my
Your game
league.
is
Is
up
that
here.
what? Oh, I thought you were trying to say you're way above my league and you just cannot stoop down to come and pick up a little cowgirl
Oh no,
in
no, no
in
way! Now
your
you're a
fancy
classic. You're
Ferrari.
what is referred to in the beauty community as a winter classic. Uh, you've got fair skin, high contrast in your features. Uh, Yet I wish to sing you a billowy classical tune.
Oh, well, I am all ears. My ears still work. My ears can still hear things. Now my eyes, well, y'all are gonna, all you God fearing people are gonna have to pray on my eyes so that I can have some vision here.
Well, let's hope that we can make that happen.
But don't try to change the subject. I'm still waiting for that song.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and take your time.
Oh, I can. Oh, I'll. You want me to serenade you, Kark?
Oh, I would love it if you would serenade me, cheap Felix. I almost called you cheap Felix. cheap Felix.
Maybe that's the game, and maybe that's why I've been wanted in Montenegro. Um, Perhaps right now is a great time to thank some comedians that work on this show. Heard great things. Garrett Mendez, Jolene Kim, and Zach Hillman have been wonderful contributors to this show. Let's also talk about the writers. April Lawshaw taking over as head writer, and Blake Gover also contributing jokes. We got top talent people, and Jolene Kim. You don't have to stop your content here. You can go on to patreon.com, check out Jolene Kim.
That's right. Become a member. $5. She's logging her 2021, the year that's gonna happen to her. She's logging every day so you can see what's going on. Also, you can see her at Flappers 7 p.m. on Friday night. You can see her on Saturday night doing stand up as well on the comedy couch.
There you go.
So catch her then.
Oh, wow. When is that again, Kark?
That would be Friday night at Flappers. There's a Zoom link that you can go on to flappers.com, I believe. And that's Friday night at 7 p.m. And then a Saturday night at the comedy couch.
There you go. Well, hey,
She'll be
Friday
doing a
and Saturday
10-minute
night plans,
set.
folks.
Right. Go ahead and watch some comedy. So go support your fellow comedians. Laugh or just laugh at them.
That is true. That is true. And speaking of supporting your supporting comedy, our last our last plug for this little segment is the Pack Theater, of course. You might be watching this on the Twitch channel, which has comedy 7 nights a week. All sorts of varying shows. It's great, and we are very lucky to be associated. And if you care for a comedy class, expand your skills, check out Pack Theater, or just Venmo a buck. Send a buck.
That's right.
If you're cool. Moving on to other less cool news. Speaking of just the disgust of human behavior in this world, a manatee in Florida, a wild manatee has been found with the word Trump carved into its back. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services are offering a reward to anyone with the information who abused the endangered animal, noting that even for Florida, this is shameful. Even for Florida.
I mean, this is horrible, horrible, horrible news and abuse on two different levels. I mean, it'd still be horrible if they carved the word love on the manatee, but
Ugh.
they carved the word Trump on the manatee. Manatee. If you don't know what a manatee is, it's a sea cow. Like to me, they look like hippopotamuses with fins. They look like a big teddy bear that you can just hug and love on. And now people are how do you carve the any word on the back of a manatee? I
Ugh.
mean, that's just horrible. Like you had to have trapped that thing and got not a knife or I don't even know. I love the ocean and all of its animals. If I could, I would be a mermaid. I do find it horrible that I love sushi. I mean, because I do look at fish as little tiny beings who know how to communicate. I remember when I went snorkeling and they were coming up and swimming at me and talking to me and or swimming around me like I was a little mermaid, and I was. So I do have to think about the fact that I love sushi and that would be my last meal before I die.
Be tough for me to give up, Kark.
I don't know what to do
Love
about it.
me. I love sushi. I love sushi. But hey, I understand that you identify with the ocean. This is an endangered animal. An endangered sea cow. Hey, natural selection alone is tough. Has been tough for the manatee. That combined with the picky dating scene makes it very hard to date during COVID times. Trump
Very
isn't even
hard.
president anymore. So at this point in time, it's an outdated tattoo. It is an outdated scar. So I say this manatee has just got to go lean into it. Say it was a prison tattoo of some kind, some sort of checkered past, but reformed, and maybe add a little interesting character to the guy.
Right. Yeah, I guess now he's got a tattoo. He's got a real tattoo.
It's 2021. Anything like this, we just have to wear our scars proudly and own it.
Right.
As
Yeah, we're all gonna come out of this with scars. With scars. Now, the Democratic officials have revealed legislation aimed at abolishing the federal death penalty. The incoming Biden administration has supported the initiative, a spokesperson noted, after already totally murdering at the polls. That's right.
disgraceful. Disgraceful. Hey, a piece of legislation, finally that we can actually have a decent debate about. I'd count me in. Hey, I'm actually down to hear both sides of this. Anything that we can actually have some sort of return to normal or even a roadmap just to help our fellow citizens. If there's a stimulus on the way, please let us all see it.
Right. I am good with that. I am good with them abolishing the death penalty. I don't think it's anyone's place to decide that someone should die. I mean, for me, what's the difference between a lawmaker and a murderer? One does it legally, but both believe that they are justified. So, I don't know. I think we leave it up to the gods.
It's tough. It's tough. With certain people get so angry and push for maximum sentences and all that other kind of stuff like that, and always push for the penalty. America loves superlatives. But I'm happy to hear that we're actually making some steps forward.
That's right.
Well, with our democracy currently devouring itself whole, we take a look back at the somehow simpler times of monarchy, how they ruled England, in this week's Holly Norm or Morning Wood on the Netflix series Bridgerton. So let's give it up for Bridgerton. Check this
Bridgerton. Well,
out. We got.
that's right. I want to hear you start, Chip Felix. Let's why don't you start with this show? I would
Yeah, of
love to hear
course.
what you think about it.
We it's a fascinating show. It's on Netflix. Well, friends and non-friends. Let me give you Downton Abbey, but presented by Shondaland, okay? And I'm talking like this isn't always, you don't always get episodes directed by Shonda, okay? But you're talking, this is the Shonda universe, the pen pals of her friendship, okay? Her network, that has spanned multiple years and multiple series. But now she's pulling all the stops, okay? You got strong female leads, okay? You got women making independent choices, okay? You got hot men just abs for days. You got guys that shouldn't even have abs just for no reason. They're just abs poking out, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and say it, okay? The sex scenes are even for as a guy, they're a bit long, but but it's they're there, and people are loving it. People are having a great time. Yeah, it's a period piece, but hey, maybe you didn't quite always have the taste and the flavor, the appetite for Downton Abbey, because maybe it moved too slow for you or something like that. But so folks, this is a fast-paced sex romp set uh, set in the days of classes and women being dowried off. Anyways, Kark, any initial
So
thoughts?
what do you give it?
Oh,
What do
right,
you rate
correct.
it?
Yeah, I have to give this a full morning wood,
Full
Kark.
morning wood.
Gotta
Wow. Well,
gotta give it a morning wood.
I was just wondering. So you said the sex scenes were a little too long for you. I just wanted to make sure that they weren't making you look bad in front of your current wife.
Well, well, full disclosure, okay, Chip Felix, you can't tie this down, okay?
Oh, I see.
Austria, Amsterdam, any other country with the letter A in it, count me in, as far as setting up a possible timeline for myself to just live forever. Um, does that make any sense, Kark?
No, I was just wondering about the length of your sex in comparison to the length of the sex that's going on in the show. Is
Oh,
it making you look bad?
oh,
We're just talking about sex here. You know me. You know me. All I think about is that.
well, no, 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 no. It's a good thing to call out. And yes, I am vastly overshadowed uh, by multiple minutes, and I'm talking, it's even for TV.
Is it setting up an expectation in with your current girlfriend?
Well, it is certainly setting up an expectation, uh, in my home, my home gym, where I am certainly, uh, giving myself pep talks every morning in the mirror.
All right, I got you. Well, I didn't finish. I didn't finish the pilot yet. I've started it 2 or 3 times. I do find it very interesting that it's very diverse, and it looks like the very elite people are black and the lower people are white, according to what I've seen. I'm not sure, I haven't really watched all of it, but I do not see any Asian people in there. If we're gonna go in that route, then we might as well go in that route. If we're gonna go diverse and flip it, let's flip it. Come on, Shonda Rhimes. There are not only two colors of people in this world. There are at least four. There's two more right here. You got a Mexican and you got an Asian. uh, where do we fit in there? Are we the servants? When are we gonna be cast? I haven't watched the show. Maybe it comes in later on. You would know Chip Felix more than I do, but I gotta keep pushing towards watching this So right now, I give it a holler Norm until I keep watching it.
Absolutely. Well, I know I completely understood. You know, it's definitely not. You know, a step forward in diversity, but you know, does it be all inclusive? And also, I have zero idea if it's historically accurate. I hear portions of it are. So the producers are flashing
Oh,
me right now with
uh-oh. With
their trench coats and their scarves, telling me that I had to go outside and it's snowing. Um,
oh my goodness.
but we still have 30 seconds left in the show. We still have to solve, what animal would you write graffiti on?
Oh Lordy, are we
Oh
going
boy.
there again? I do not
Oh my
believe that I
God.
would do that
That's
at
interesting. Okay,
all.
I would never write graffiti on anything, but if I had to give a message to a bird, I would have to make it a bird